Hey there everyone, welcome back to Subnautica. Last time we got off to a pretty good start. We already had the Seaglide as well as every tool except the laser cutter. And the Aurora is nowhere near exploded yet, so we need to do some things to fill the time. I'm thinking let's get the laser cutter, let's get the Seamoth, those seem like good goals to have. And that means we need to head back to the grassy plateaus. And honestly, I can go in pretty much any direction to get there, but as the map will show you, this is the way I went the last time, and I'll go back to that general area to make sure I've actually cleared it out. So, something I noticed in my first video is that cutting completely, even with only small cuts, can make it feel like the viewers missed out on a lot. I'm going to be trying out sped up footage this video to make sure that doesn't happen. Subnautica is a game about exploration, and I need to make sure that you lot are exploring with me, not lost somewhere on the cutting room floor. I'm going to veer away from the ship, because even though I think stuff is closer to the ship than this, if we go closer to the ship, we'll just hit the radiation and sort of stall immediately. And yeah, there's actually a whole wreck right here. Because we have definitely not been to this playthrough. We've never been to any proper wrecks, we've only been to debris. The scanner room is really cool. It has some of my favorite interactions in the game, but at the same time it's also very, very optional. Yes, it's the troll room that's just filled with tiger plants. Well, I don't want the scanner room, but I guess I should get it anyway. It's fine, they're bad shots. They're terrible shots. Just circle strafe, they're terrible. I did not remember them being that easy to dodge. Well, if I needed the Seamoth still, this would be great for it. Or the bioreactor. But good news, we have light sticks now. That's what we're really here for, right? Oh, we don't even have light sticks now. They take 2. It's just such an important tech. Alright, I'm gonna go up for air and I'll be right back. Because there's no way in hell I'm going inside of that thing without full oxygen. That just sounds like suicide to me. Oh man. The world's looking pretty blue right now. Oh shit! I was looking the wrong way, that was an eclipse! That wasn't nighttime! Well, fuck it, we missed the eclipse, let's go drown ourselves. This isn't even slightly disorienting. Oh, there's just a hole in the side. There are much safer ways to do this. And we actually got exactly what we're looking for. I didn't realize it would be in here. I thought I was actually wasting time needing to go to the kelp forest, but that's one of the most important things we could have found. I did not realize that these were different types of plant pots. You could have fooled me.
New blueprint acquired.
This picture frame also very important, as are light sticks. Can't possibly live without these.
Acquired. Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
Thanks, computer. What if I only really care about my glutes, though?
Preparing the day's water ration ahead of time will help ensure against dehydration.
Is the Aurora exploding? Because the music's real scary.
New blueprint acquired.
No, I'm just supposed to be freaked out right now. That's an openable door by the look of it, but I'm pretty sure if I go near it, I just get shocked. Yeah, there's no way to actually open that, and I don't have a laser cutter, so I'm done for now. Gonna go not drown, I'll be right back. Man, that is some terrifying music, though. Oh hey, you can actually see the top of the mountain. I feel like that has to be Reshade at work. In the base game, could you actually see this without Reshade? That's gotta be caused by Reshade. I actually kind of prefer the fact that you can sort of tell something is up, but oh well, back into the depths. Right now, I'm heading northeast towards the bow of the Aurora. The mushroom forest is over there, but that's not the goal. The drop-off leading to the mushroom forest has a load of slate on it, and slate gives gold, lithium, and what we care about, diamonds. I don't remember if radiation reaches the drop-off, but one way or another, I want those diamonds. We need those diamonds to make the laser cutter, and if we have that before the Aurora explodes, we can fix it as soon as the doors open. And we only care about this because you can't wear the radiation suit and the rebreather simultaneously, so we need to fix the radiation leak sooner rather than later. Sorry, Repair 2, I just don't need you right now. And I'm not particularly here for the mushroom forest. I guess I'll explore it a little bit because I can. I'm pretty sure I'm here for this ridge. Oh, that's too close to the radiation. I'm not here for the ridge anymore. So it looks like we'll need to figure out our shale plans somewhere else. Damn shame. It only hurts you, right? I could just come here with first aid kits. That hurts me kinda quite a lot. It looks like the shale is deeper in than this. So I'm gonna go ahead and not do this. But it is worth a thought that I can come back and just use a bunch of first aid kits to deal with that. Oh right, I should probably not drown. I found the reef back finally. Something that was really funny to me during my first game is if you check out the scan of the reef back. In the reef back data entry it mentions the reef back species has likely been able to grow far larger than other herbivores because anything large enough to break through its shell has long since gone extinct. And like we just know that's not true because we see Reaper Leviathans fairly early on in the game. So for the majority of my experience in the game, since I was very confident that Reaper Leviathans could in fact take a reef back, I just assumed that if I saw a reef back somewhere, there weren't any Reaper Leviathans around. And that is totally not true. It's usually true. It's a pretty good indicator that there aren't any Reaper Leviathans around. However, it is not guaranteed to be true at all, and I felt betrayed when I realized this. Okay, so I've just done a load of crafting and organizing boxes. I've built my mobile vehicle platform and thrown it out the window. And this should be the last thing that I need to make my Seamoth. Well, that's not right.
The Seamoth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
Look, either I need to swim more or I need to swim less, computer. You can't have it both ways. So the Seamoth is great. We're now capable of doing pretty much whatever we want. Aside from going beneath 300 meters, the Seamoth is not equipped to deal with that at all right now. Okay, so it looks like I need to actually hunt some fish for a bit.
This is Officer Keenan, Light Pod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
Rendezvous coordinates corrupted. Transmission origin coordinates downloaded. Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So far, we've basically... Okay, I need to make sure I don't cook the fish that I actually want to keep alive. I want 3 peepers and 2 boomerangs. Okay, so far, I've been basically ignoring those radio signals, because I have other higher priorities. I basically just wanted to get the Seamoth up and running so that I can move around faster and quicker when I was running back and forth to do all of the quests the game gives me. And also so that I could go deep down using the Seamoth as a portable oxygen tank. And now that I had that, I might start pursuing that. However, I picked up all of my first aid kits that I have available. I'm gonna go try to tank the radiation and get some diamonds before the Aurora explodes. Because we can do it afterwards, it's not a big deal, but it'll be slightly slower. And the Seamoth is just wonderfully fast. It is legitimately silly how fast this is compared to swimming or even the Siege. Almost said the Sea Jet again. The Seaglide. And I think this is my favorite phase of the game. The relative safety of the Seamoth and using it as a portable base to go deeper with the Seaglide. It's just very, very smooth. I think this is the peak of the oxygen tank gameplay cycle, where you have X seconds before you have to go back and get more air. Alright, it's time to radiation tank. So there's still a bit of popping with the mushrooms, like that's obviously a bit wrong, but it's not as bad as I remember it being. So I think I need 2 diamonds for this. This kind of hurts a fucking lot.
Remember that materials you gather are the property of the All-Terra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits. The biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint All-Terra vehicle signatures.
That's the least reassuring message he could possibly give you, right? By the way, if you survive, you're massively in debt. We want these diamonds back. Anyway, that's 2 diamonds. We're done with this. This hurts. This hurts, and I do not enjoy the "you're dying" filter. It's looking like our nearest life pod is life pod 3 in the shallows, so we're going to be heading to that. Confirmed, nearest one is life pod 3 in the shallows. However, I'm going to stop here and explore this area real quick. Yeah, this is 100% the one I've been to before, but I don't think I ever actually checked to see if I could get inside of it. Ah, the reason I don't remember going inside of it is because there's not a lot of inside to speak of. I believe that's an entrance to the Jelly Shroom Caves.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome.
That might confirm my theory. Alright, most of the laser cutter is built now, and something that's been bothering me, my knife should definitely not be a priority icon. Because I don't really defend myself, that's not how Subnautica works. The fact that you can't really do combat in Subnautica is kind of a core part of the game. So having it as my most accessible hotkey seems a little bit wrong. Man, the school of hoopfish is incredibly pretty. Probably tiger plant? Yeah. I hate the tiger plant. So right now I'm trying to get to the point where I can fix the Aurora the moment it goes up. Because I hate the radiation suit, because it restricts your use of the rebreather. And if you fix the Aurora immediately, you can stop using the radiation suit pretty quickly thereafter. So that's my current goal, is just be ready to fix the Aurora the moment that I can. But once I've done that, I'm going to start scanning everything, because one of my goals with this playthrough is to get 100% of scans done. I don't know why I'm scanning this. I don't need titanium. Yeah, that's not true. I always think I don't need titanium, and then I start building a base and realize how incredibly wrong I was. Can I get in this without laser cutter? Looking like a no, but let's check in case.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended. Warning. Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drag core has reached critical state. Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours. New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
So it looks like the Aurora is going to blow fairly soon. Not too surprised by that, but I do need to go find the 3rd laser cutter fragment. And this probably has nothing of value for us except whatever is in this box. Hey!
New blueprint acquired.
Anything important lying around? Just a Seaglide fragment. But I'll take the titanium.
Integrating new PDA data.
So let's cut back towards our base and try to find a laser cutter fragment along the way. And laser cutter is most likely to be somewhere in the grassy plateaus, the big red grassy areas. It's looking like that's a no, though. Have I been through this coral tube? Because if I haven't, then I need to mark it for later. I have not. So between Life Pod 3 and my crashed pod is the last coral tube that I care about. Whoops. It's fine, we didn't beach the Seamoth, that's all that really matters. And I'm just going to go past my life pod. The reason for that being that the creepvine forest, the grassy plateaus, and the safe shallows just intersect constantly. I haven't been this way, but there should be more grassy plateaus over here, and it's looking like the answer is yes, and I can already see a box. And with any luck, this will just be... it's a little bit blinding. That looks like it is the last part of the laser cutter. I think the sand shark is beating up my Seamoth, but it's fine.
New blueprint acquired.
You know, just all of the early game predators here to make you upset. I actually don't know. Yes, that's the Seamoth does trigger the crash fish. So let's start building some things, figure out what I actually need. I suppose I should listen to the radio.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, alright, but so are all the others.
Alright, so we have the laser cutter and the compass now. Alright, so I've just put all of my stuff into boxes, regardless of whether or not they actually go in those boxes, because I don't want to carry it around with me. And I think I'm going to grab my titanium and head over to that area I was considering building my base in. And whenever the Aurora goes up, we're going to watch it from there. And if I am moving my base permanently, I should probably take this. How do I take this? Yeah, that works. That makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna grab all of my basic building materials and listen to the radio again.
This is an automated distress signal from Life Pod 12. Coordinates attached. Warning, Life Pod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Wouldn't you know, I've got submersible support. So, I'm gonna head over and set up the most basic version of a base that I can. Where's the Aurora? I'm kind of lost right now. Alright, this direction. If you're in the Aurora when it explodes, you die. I've never done that, because it would be kind of a pain in the ass to test, but it seems like this game is built in a way where it would kill you. A little bit pitch black down here, man. Yeah, this is a little bit absolutely pitch black. I have lost my orientation. Okay, so the Seamoth can probably jump over the life pod like fucking Superman. So this is roughly the area I was considering building. If you look at the actual map, we're relatively in the center of it. If it's a bad base location, we can just move it later. Let's get started. Oh, we don't know about multi-purpose rooms yet. That's a little bit awkward. Okay, for the time being, we're going to use this incredibly long tunnel as our base. Don't make fun of it, it's beautiful. There, now there's even a thing in the middle. It's better than a long tunnel. So it turns out we need a lot more than we currently have, especially in terms of titanium and copper. One thing we should definitely do, though, is we should get this out of our inventory. See you around, mobile vehicle bay. Dick. So let's head back to our base and start finding copper in that area. As I recall, we did just mark the location of a new giant tube. And by mark, I mean we thought about it, so maybe I can figure it out. I might not be able to see anything, but what little I can see is beautiful. So I'm going to turn Life Pod 3 back on and go straight towards it from my Life Pod, and that should bring me directly to the giant coral tube. I think it's about 200 meters out, but I don't remember for sure. Well, I am clearly remembering this wrong. It seemed so simple at the time. Well, I'm just going to explore this wreck and sulk, I guess. I already explored this wreck, I remember this. If I did a shit job of it. Alright, so that's the outside pretty much done. Can I get into this without the laser cutter? Oh, wait, I have the laser cutter. Why am I even worried about this? Yeah, that's a little bit on the bright side. I think the point of this is that it's supposed to make you feel like you're going to drown. But what it really makes me feel like is that they should have made better laser cutters. This is just silly. Why would you put a laser cutter fragment inside of something that requires a laser cutter to get into? Then we're going to cut this and then head back out, because it's going to use up pretty much all of our remaining 30 seconds. Alright, let's see what's in door number 2. A picture of the alternate protagonist that didn't make it into the final game. And some more stuff that I already have. All these laser cutter fragments are kind of triggering me. Alright. Now I'm just upset.
New blueprint acquired.
It's alright, this one's new and it comes in a data box. Alright, what is it? It's the oxygen tank that doesn't give you more air. I'm good, thanks. I don't know if I really want that one. So there are just like 5 laser cutter fragments in here? Alright. I needed titanium, I'm not as mad as I would usually be about that. Good prank, though. Also, it looks like we should be on the surface about now.
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8.
I'm trying to watch it, but I keep getting air and I can't find it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, that seemed bad. It's kind of hard to tell. I wanted to watch it in the Seamoth, but it looks like you actually kind of can't see it very well from here. Oh well. Let's go get advice on how not to die.
New blueprint acquired. For your convenience, the radiation suit has been added to your blueprint database.
And now that it's given us the radiation suit blueprint, we can make it immediately. We've had these ingredients forever. Well, it's not wrong. Okay, so we're gonna put on the whole radiation suit. We don't need the rebreather just now. Okay, so I've just finished crafting. I'm back up to full water and food. I've organized my boxes, emptied my inventory, because we're gonna go back to that coral tube for real this time. You see, the problem that we had last time is that while I'm very good at giving directions, I'm terrible at following them. This is Life Pod 17, not Life Pod 3. That's Life Pod 3. So I suspect in about 200 meters we're gonna see a giant coral tube. Because that's where it is. I'm just an idiot. And what do you know? There's a giant coral tube. Crazy how that works. And we're just going to be harvesting everything. In this, we need loads of quartz, copper, and titanium to actually make our base. We might not need that much copper, but we'll need copper by the end of the game for just about everything electronic. So we didn't quite get everything in that tube, but we got the vast majority of it. And we're going to head back to base, put some things in boxes, and then actually go build a real base and not this awful floating locker crashed life pod bullshit that we've been dealing with so far in the game. Our base might actually be directly between Life Pod 12 and where we crashed. If so, that'd be helpful, but I don't think that's true. It might actually be true. That would be helpful. Yeah, it basically is true. That's gotta be our base, right? The weird glowy shit is the unfinished solar beacons. Well, shit. Bit of poppin' on the support struts. I'm sure it's fine. Oh, right, you don't build with a scanner.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And, we really don't need anything just now. Like, we can't even build the room we would put a bioreactor in. Here you'll see a bunch of the new stuff from the Autosort mod. And we don't really have magnetite or resources, so we can't use it yet. We can make a habitat control panel at some point. And that's honestly not even useful, it just feels like a thing that you would have in character. For now though, we're just slapping down a couple of wall lockers. And it looks like that was the last of the titanium we had on us, so we're just going to throw everything in the box. Including our tools and our gasp Seaglide. So that we can carry things back and forth faster. And at this point, you're probably going to see a lot of cutting. Because even speeding up footage, I'm just going back and forth to move to my new base. There's nothing really happening here. Okay. This is nowhere near a good base, but this is a functioning base. It has all the necessities. It even has symmetry. That's important, right? And I'm not really sure what we need to do next. But I feel like this is good enough. I feel like we've marked our home. Home is where the heart is. Get it? The balls on that fish. And I think it's at this point that I'm willing to call it here. We put up all the necessities to our base. We can make our base more fabulous. That's always an option. Like, we can always do this, right? Nothing's stopping us from making a fabulous base. But that just looks awful. That doesn't make me think of the future. That makes me think of, like, I don't know. It makes me think of a bad paint job in an early Need for Speed game.
Increased foreign bacteria levels in the water. Performing a self-scan is advised. Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. Detecting trace amounts of foreign bacteria. Continuing to monitor.
Well, that sounds like a perfectly terrible way to end the episode. It turns out we're dying of the plague. Space AIDS is real, and we've got it. Also, the rocks that these guys are supposed to be on are not showing up. These guys that are on rocks? Yeah, they're all like that. Just some of the rocks didn't load in. And it's not like they haven't popped in and they're going too soon. They're just not there. They haven't loaded in this time. So, amongst pop-in issues and space AIDS, I think we're calling it now. We've built the base. It's got a new icon that's pretty distinct. Home is where the heart is and all that. It has power, symmetry. Everything you could ask for short of, like, comfort and long-term goals. Speaking of, tomorrow we're probably going to go fix the Aurora and actually start deep-sea exploring a little bit. But for today, we're done. This has been rather Incoherent. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that shilly channel growth nonsense. I'll see you around.